What if I told you that 95% of high achievers are being sabotaged by their own minds without even knowing it? I spent 6 months diving deep into behavioral psychology and neuroscience studies to understand why successful people unconsciously reject their own achievements. I'm about to show you the 5 warning signs your subconscious is actively working against everything you're trying to build. Let's start with sign number 1. I recently heard an interview with a YouTuber who makes millions annually. He's been consistent for 8 years, has millions of subscribers, and you would think he would love hitting record. But he said that 95% of the time, right before filming, his mind goes, "There's no value here. Why would anyone care? I should rather scroll Instagram instead." Sounds familiar? You know you should do the thing, but suddenly you need coffee, or you remember that email, or you convince yourself that you need more preparation. But that's not laziness. That's your subconscious rejecting the exposure required for your next level. So sign number 1 is you feel resistance before every big move. But resistance before action, that is just the beginning. What's even more insidious is what happens after you succeed. I know a multi-7-figure entrepreneur who was invited to masterminds with people making millions a month. But instead of celebrating, she felt like absolute shit. She would look around the room and think, I don't belong here. So what did she do? She started asking about launching agencies. Oh my god, I can't say that. So you got what I meant. She started asking about launching agencies she didn't even want, just to sound worthy of being there. The next sign is that you hit your goal, then immediately minimize it or find reasons why it doesn't count. Your subconscious would rather keep you small and safe than let you own your wins. So sign number 2 is success makes you feel like a fraud. And here's where it gets really twisted. Even when you try to push through that fraud feeling, your subconscious has another trap waiting for you. Here's something else about that 7-figure entrepreneur from before. She went from making 200,000K to making 8 millions. But instead of feeling gratitude, she felt a constant pressure to do more. Every milestone became a stepping stone to prove that she was worthy. Sign number 3 shows in how you achieve something you once dreamed of, but within days you're thinking, this isn't enough. Your subconscious convinces you that your current success is the minimum acceptable level, so you pile on more projects, more complexity, more pressure. Sign number 3 is you keep adding more instead of enjoying what you have. So now you might think, okay, I will just focus on being grateful for what I have. But your subconscious has already moved to its next sabotage strategy. The entrepreneur I mentioned before told that she started to edit her videos to look exactly like Alex Hormozi's, writing quotes like Dan Crow, following other people's blueprints until she couldn't recognize herself in her own business anymore. Here's what sign number 4 looks like. You know your authentic style works. It's what you got here. But when you see others succeeding, you abandon what makes you unique. Your subconscious believes that being yourself is not enough, so it makes you copy what feels safer. Sign number 4 is you lose yourself trying to match others. But losing yourself to copy others? That's not even the final level of self-sabotage. The most destructive pattern is when you succeed despite all of this. At the height of her success, this entrepreneur actually taught people to scale in a way she secretly hated how scaling felt. She was running masterminds while feeling completely disconnected from her own advice. If sign number 5 applies to you, you find yourself promoting or doing things that worked for the old version of you, but feel completely wrong for who you are becoming. Your subconscious creates this split where your external success feels misaligned with your internal truth. So sign number 5 is you feel out of integrity with your own success. Now, you might be thinking, great, my subconscious is sabotaging me. What do I do about it? Here's what most people get wrong. They try to fight these patterns with more discipline, more willpower, more forcing. But the ones who try to force themselves through burn out quickly. You can't discipline your way out of subconscious resistance. The real solution isn't about overriding your subconscious, it's about reprogramming it. And there are specific techniques that work at the subconscious level that most high achievers have never heard of before, which I use in my private office. And the first step to do that is to download my free 5-minute assessment below to discover what's secretly capping your success and your influence, so you can unlock unshakable command and hold unlimited success, wealth, and influence in your field. And here's what I want you to remember right now. Recognizing these 5 signs is not a problem, it's actually progress. Because your subconscious isn't broken, it's protective. It's developed these patterns to keep you safe while you were building your success. The issue is that now they're keeping you trapped at a level below your potential. And the high achievers I work with who break through, they don't shame these patterns. They understand them and then consciously reprogram them. Because once your subconscious is aligned with your next level instead of fighting it, success stops feeling like a constant uphill battle. If you recognize yourself in 3 or more of these signs, check out my video here, Why Your Success Feels Like a Performance, where I show you exactly which identity stories need to be reprogrammed in your brain and in your subconscious. And let me know in the comments which sign hit closest to home for you.